I've got to get a tripod. Last year I had a guy filming for me, had the tripod and everything, and this year it's more guerrilla style.
Guerrilla video.
Guerrilla video, exactly. Okay, darling. So what do you love about being raw?
Basically, like being raw is almost a misnomer. My body temperature is 98.6, so I'm neither cooked nor frozen. But all the food I eat has something in common, and that is I eat for charge, and that is I eat for life force energy, something that has intelligence, something where the information data packets contained in its very nature are intact so that it can communicate its intelligence to my body. And that's what I believe food is. It's information and it's energy. So when you get the information energy right, all of a sudden everything works right. And I personally went from being a cripple, thinking I was never going to walk again, hypoglycemic, my pancreas was shot, my nervous system was shot, my adrenals were shot, I was on organic coffee day in, day out, thought I was making some good choices, but I reached a place where I knew something would have to change, and I discovered what I now just call the real lifestyle. They talk about raw, they talk about live food, but this is just real food. It's as nature intended, completely alive, full of life force energy, full of information. You need very small quantities, it's nutrient dense, your body doesn't have to work so hard with so much energy expenditure just to extract the nutrition because it's already available. And so I found that my creativity went up. That's what I love the most about this lifestyle, is not just, getting away from health challenge to baseline, but what comes after that. It doesn't stop. And when people are fully refurbished and there's no more need to send energy into rejuvenation, then all of a sudden this energy comes cascading up through our psyche as creativity. And I've seen in myself and other people who embrace these simple lifestyle principles, massive increases, not just in physical energy, focus, but they're sleeping, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours less a night, literally. I've seen people with double the lifespan just in not needing to sleep, and they're not crashed or tired, fully productive, beautiful, radiant being, and what it does for relationship too is another whole thing, because when you're full of the neuropeptides that are associated with compassion and bliss and and generosity, all of a sudden relationships take a leap forward, whether it's with our kids, with our husband, with our wife, with our mates. And so I've discovered in myself more ability to interact. What I would once turn to substance for to feel like comfortable in a social setting, I feel like there's this divine connection deep within my center. I'm connected to source. I'm not really afraid anymore of what people think. And it reminds me of an old saying, when you're in your 20s, you're kind of worried about what people think of you. When you're in your 40s, you don't care what people think of you. When you're in your 80s, you realize nobody was ever thinking of you. And it's all about the self-confidence thing that I've noticed that with raw foods and live food lifestyle, it comes online. We become completely electrified with our own unique nature, and we accept it. So we're able to live our unique glory, our unique gifts, our talents into the world. That's where we live our greatest value. That's when we don't have to think about how to earn money in this life, because we're given our highest gift. The universe blesses us back, multiplied. Here comes a water truck. We'll be right back.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let's take one pause here.
There's a dry spot right there. Well, we're still on. That was a water truck.
Woo! Live and direct.
Okay, let's try this again.
That was good all the way up to the end, right?
That was awesome. I think that was perfect. I mean, it kind of like, it just as you were winding down, the truck came. So
Yeah, I heard him coming. That's why I was winding
I
down. I
know.
was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay. So
Barbed wire.
So I know that you deal a lot with amazing superfoods, and what are some of the superfoods you might recommend to people if they were Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We could talk about individual superfoods, but the most important thing is becoming minerally dense. We are crystal mineral beings, so you're looking for dense places of minerals. Personally, after having researched the mineral elemental species spectrum, I discovered that platinum group elements like gold are missing from the soil, so I set about 7 years of my life devoted to making gold available in a way that our bodies could metabolize and use it. And what we find is that the ancient sages of all ages talked about certain qualities, certain experiences that we see happening naturally when people become fully mineralized, and that is two-way communication in the corpus callosum, both hemispheres lighting up, able to simultaneously multitask in electrical activity. And this is what you would expect from somebody who is both rejuvenating, they're in delta brainwave spectrum, they're fully their imagination is online, they're creative, they're funny, and they're social, they're relaxed, and then they're also focused. If somebody could maintain all four of those states simultaneously, that would be what we call samadhi, or the enlightened, awakened mind state. And we find that the brain, when it's fully mineralized with everything it needs, it carries on this activity almost naturally. And that a lot of these practices, sitting 20 years in a cave, these all work, but they're like swimming upstream until we actually get the temple, the vehicle of our body, the principles in place. It becomes much easier. And so what I would recommend for superfoods is just eating mineral dense. We do offer some superfoods that can assist that. Gold rush colloidal gold, marine phytoplankton, which has all the rare trace elements from the ocean, along with a super strain of pure phytoplankton, which is what the whales live, 250 to 300 year lifespans. Eating exclusively this, they're sexually active to the day they die. So, you know, if you want pure ATP to fuel whatever you want to fuel, energy, big time, contained in the marine phytoplankton.